Monday, June 22nd. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, thousands of fans line the waterfront as SailGP return to Halifax. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And fueling athletes. The realistic nutrition tips to help families properly fuel active kids during soccer season and beyond. That's in our 8 o'clock hour.
Plus, Canadian wines and spirits just in time for Canada Day. Wine educator Natalie McLean will share some of her favorite picks for celebrating. All that and so much more just ahead on the Monday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Come on in. It's 6:01 on this Monday, June 22nd. So glad you can join us. Summer is officially here. First Monday of summer. Congratulations, ladies.
So
we made
nice.
it.
We made it to this summer season.
Thankfully.
And to all the dads out there, we hope you had a wonderful Father's Day on Sunday.
Yes. I can finally reveal the big surprise. It was that I flew my oldest daughter in for the weekend and surprised my husband with that. And he was thrilled.
Aww.
So the gift of having the whole family together is a great gift. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
Hope you both had a great
fantastic.
Father's Day in your household too.
We absolutely did. We were really busy. I did that. I was off for a few days on Thursday and Friday. Basically did the maritime tour. I was in New Brunswick for 2 days for my niece's graduation, then PEI for another 2 days for a relay race, or the Red Isle relay race from tip to tip. So I was there, and so on Sunday, my husband did a lot of driving in the vehicle, but we did have some fun family time. Spent some time in Cavendish in the morning, like mini putt, that kind of thing.
It sounds adventurous.
It was
sounds like
good.
an incredible weekend.
Yeah, sounds good. And okay, so weather-wise, what are we starting our week off like?
Well, kind of like what we saw into the weekend. Sunshine, some spotty shower activity will return, but temperatures are actually cooling down for the next couple of days.
I actually don't mind that. Do not mind.
But look at this beautiful sunrise.
Wow,
overnight.
what a morning.
Gorgeous.
I know. We're already seeing the sun come up for many areas across the maritime region. Beautiful sunny skies to start your day. As I mentioned, it's going to feel a bit cooler for our daytime highs, but this morning, not too bad starting off the day. We are seeing a bit of warmth in the air early this morning. 13 degrees in Fredericton, 10 degrees starting off your day in Halifax and into Yarmouth, 5 degrees in Charlottetown, as well as into St. John's, Newfoundland. A frost advisory has now been issued for parts of Newfoundland for early Tuesday morning. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. So we are going to see a bit of shower activity pop up for parts of Atlantic Canada into the afternoon. Around a 30% chance of it happening, so it's going to be quite low and spotty in its activity. In terms of the wind forecast, is going to remain quite light for all three maritime provinces. As of right now, 19 kilometers per hour in Sydney with 15 in Canso, 13 kilometers per hour in Lunenburg, 11 in Grand Etang and St. John, New Brunswick. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take a look at your forecast coming up, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. If you were in downtown Halifax or Dartmouth over the weekend, you no doubt noticed a spectacle on the water. 13 countries were represented at SailGP, hosted in Canada for just the second time after a successful showing in Halifax a few years earlier. CTV's Callum Smith shows us what it's all about.
The crowd filters into the temporary grandstand, ready for a day of high-intensity racing, a sight to behold.
SailGP is Grand Prix racing on water. These are high-tech, super-fast foiling catamarans. They're foiling above the water. It's a short course race, stadium racing, right in front of the fans here on the shoreline.
Hosted in places like Rio de Janeiro, Bermuda, New York, and Halifax, the latter starting to make a name for itself after hosting in 2024.
This is a fan-favourite destination on the calendar. Halifax ticks all those boxes, and you know the Canadian crowd out here. I can hear them now. Look, the Canadian crowd out here are really pumped for the team.
Indeed, the fans were eager to take in the action.
You have to see it in person. It's quite something to see the boats go so fast. It's fun.
We were here a couple of years ago. It was we didn't come down here. We were on the Dartmouth side. It was lots of fun. Really interesting to see and a great event for the city.
We live in the U.S., so it gave us a chance to come back here and visit family and check out a cool event.
I'm from Thunder Bay, Ontario, and the beautiful city of Halifax called my name when SailGP announced they were coming back. It was the Halifax Sail Grand Prix that really got me into it, and I'm so happy to be able to celebrate this beautiful sport in this beautiful city.
According to SailGP's own math, they're expecting a big economic impact for the area.
In the region of 60 million Canadian dollars this year.
On the water, the F-50 catamarans reach speeds of around 75 kilometers per hour, making some sharp turns and keeping fans on their feet, despite doing the hometown crowd proud on Sunday. North Star Canada fell short, finishing 7th. The race moved to a 4-boat winner-takes-all final for the first time, coming down to a neck-and-neck finish.
The winners come to the Canada SailGP!
Taken home by Spain. SailGP will return to Halifax for a 3rd time next year. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Callum. To other news now, a volunteer group in New Brunswick says it's shutting down after 65 years of serving the community.
There's been a lot of stuff and things that have been done by the Shediac Lions Club for the Shediac area. So it's the passing of an era.
The Shediac Lions Club has announced that it will cease all activities at the end of June. Club President Mark Cormier, who you just heard from, says there are only 7 members and it isn't growing. The club first launched in the fall of 1961. The Shediac Lions Club will be donating the balance of their funds, roughly $85,000, to the town. Some Nova Scotians are considering switching to an electric vehicle thanks to high gas prices.
As prices fluctuate, I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. They're a little bit more expensive, but when you don't have to factor in oil changes, all that kind of maintenance, and gas, you're coming out way ahead. We save so much money with our plug-in hybrid that it's worth it.
So much so, Chad Stimson says he's considering moving from a plug-in hybrid to fully electric. EVs from 10 different manufacturers were available to drive at the Halifax Electric Avenue event, which ran Saturday and Sunday. The EV Showcase event gave drivers an opportunity to learn more about EVs without the pressure of a dealership. As for charging infrastructure, experts say that's greatly improved over time, and that 90% of charging usually happens at home overnight. Finally, dozens of people gathered in Bedford, Nova Scotia over the weekend to make a move for scleroderma.
It's nice and warm. It's a perfect day for a walk, and it's a perfect time to say Happy Scleroderma Awareness Month.
Scleroderma Atlantic's annual fundraiser took over to Wolf Park. Scleroderma is a rare chronic autoimmune disease that involves the hardening or tightening of the skin. The walk raises money and awareness for the condition. So far across Atlantic Canada, more than $35,000 has been raised this year, with more walks still to come. CTV is a proud supporter of this event, with our own Stephanie Seacoast emceeing this year. Glad to see a little windy there, but glad the conditions were nice for the walk as well. Seeing some people really dressed up. Of course, organizers were on our show just last week. I think it was last week or the week before, talking about this Make a Move event. So yes, glad they had good weather and a good turnout.
Great turnout. Oh. Well, gosh, thank heaven they have these walks, because it is raising awareness of a very rare condition. But those who are impacted, it really, really makes it makes their life challenging. Yes. All right, let's move on to festivities beginning in China ahead of the upcoming Dragon Boat Festival. So the teams took part in this Dragon Boat tug of war competition, which is really kind of neat. They try to paddle in unison, try to do this tug of war by just the brute force. Organizers say this specific event lowers the participation barrier and allows more people to experience the charm of dragon boats. You can experience it on Lake Bannock in our region. But in any case, the Dragon Boat Festival is a big deal in China, and I just thought this might be kind of a cool way to just bring that to everyone's awareness on our show.
Wow. Wow, that is cool. I know there was a big dragon boat event in St. John when I lived there, St. John and Rothsay. Wow. But to do it like tug of war.
That's intense. Very intense, for sure. And a reminder, the 2026 FIFA World Cup, of course, now in full swing. CTV, TSN, and Crave. That's your home for coverage of every single game during the 5-week tournament. So it will impact some of our shows on certain days, specifically the CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6. Those newscasts will move to CTV 2 on certain days. So to get exact scheduling information, use the QR code or go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca. You can see the full list of details there.
And then Nova Scotia's Jacob Schaffelberg, of course, taking to the pitch in Canada's most recent game. Fantastic to see.
Oh my gosh. When I went to the viewing party and Schaffelberg came up on the screen, everybody rose to their feet. They were so excited to have somebody from our region playing. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, still ahead, we're going to have a look at your national, international news headlines on this Monday morning for the first, I guess, full day of summer. Latavia also has the forecast. So is it feeling very summery out there this morning?
Looks like it.
It certainly looks like it, but will it feel like it? Latavia has the details. Good morning to our viewers in Charlottetown this morning.
Happy Monday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:13. We're taking a live look at a beautiful start to the day in McAdam. Clear skies, lots of sunshine throughout your day today, but a bit of shower activity expected this afternoon. Currently 8 degrees in your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Not too bad starting off your day. It is warm for much of the region. 13 degrees right now in Fredericton with 10 degrees starting off your day in Halifax. 6 currently in Charlottetown. Cooler in Labrador City at 4 degrees and 5 degrees starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a frost advisory currently issued for parts of Newfoundland early Tuesday morning. As we see those low temperatures tonight come down, patchy frost is expected to develop. Over to our forecast timeline. We are going to see sunshine for Labrador as well this morning. Into the Maritime region, lots of sunshine. A mix of sun and cloud expected into the afternoon for parts of the Maritime region, and a low chance of showers indicated across New Brunswick for mainland Nova Scotia into the Tri-County area as well. It's only around a 30% chance of it happening, but continuing into tonight, that will start to clear off into early Tuesday morning. But we do have another low pressure system making its way over, bringing steady rain across much of all 3 maritime provinces. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, going to remain quite light for this system, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of New Brunswick into the Tri-County area for Yarmouth, and Newfoundland, Labrador not really seeing accumulation from this system. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 19 degrees in Grand Manan up to 24 in Miramichi. A mix of sun and cloud across the province today. A low chance of isolated showers expected into the afternoon. A risk of thunderstorms to the northern region. For Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine today with highs between 17 degrees in Surrey up to 21 in Summerside and Charlottetown. Light wind also expected. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs ranging from 16 to 23 degrees, being the warmest into Truro. A mix of sun and cloud today for eastern Nova Scotia. We are going to see a low chance of isolated showers this afternoon. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. Sunshine throughout your day today. A low chance of showers into the afternoon with daytime highs between 18 to 23. Labrador City looking at mainly sunny skies with evening showers, a high of 24 degrees today, with 9 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, starting off the day with a bit of shower activity. That will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon. So we do have steady rain for all 3 maritime provinces into Tuesday's forecast. Another below seasonal day ahead. For Newfoundland and Labrador, going to see precipitation as well as we enter into Wednesday's forecast. We are going to start to see showers clear out, but then a low chance of showers will return into the evening. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 6:15. It was a rough weekend in Switzerland where talks between the U.S. and Iran seemed to fall apart, then finally improve. ABC's Karen Hua has the latest in Washington.
It's a new week and an attempt to reset the U.S.-Iran peace talks in Switzerland. Jabs from both countries over the weekend threatened to derail negotiations.
What the president has asked us to do is turn over a new leaf to transform our relationship with the people of Iran.
Saturday, Iran threatened to again close the Strait of Hormuz because of Israel's continued attacks in Lebanon. President Trump lashed out in response, warning Iran, "You close it and you won't have a country. You won't even make it back to your expletive country," adding he would, quote, "blow the expletive out of them should the strait be closed." As a result, Iran's delegation appeared to walk out of the negotiating room. But it seems tensions were repaired and the talks continued overnight with the help of mediation from Pakistan and Qatar. However, the deal seems to hinge on Israel and Hezbollah agreeing to a ceasefire in Lebanon. Israel's ambassador to the United Nations says that may not be possible.
They still want to have control over Lebanon and to pose a threat against Israel. So we are continuing to talk with the Lebanese government, and at the same time, if we will be attacked by Hezbollah, the proxy of Iran, we will have to retaliate.
Back in Washington, bipartisan backlash to the deal is growing.
I do not support this deal that he made, which was an abject surrender.
Is the MOU problematic? Yeah. I'd rather try diplomacy than take it off the table. Let's try a diplomatic solution. I think it's going to fail.
Now, Iran's state media reports the peace talks have not yet addressed the nuclear program. Sunday, Iran's president said his country will never back down from its right to enrich uranium. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
Several members of the Prime Minister's cabinet are in Tokyo, joining a record number of Canadian executives on a trade mission. CTV's Judy Trin gives us a look at this massive Team Canada approach.
In the land of the rising sun, a Team Canada trade mission is attracting 175 Canadian companies to Tokyo, all eager to expand into the Japanese market. Helping to pave the way, Industry Minister Melanie Joly, Defense Minister David McGuinty, and Meninder Sidhu, the minister responsible for international trade.
But real opportunities in energy, in critical minerals, in defense, in artificial intelligence. So there's a complementary nature to our relationship.
Japan is the third largest investor in Canada. There was more than $35 billion of goods traded between the two nations last year. But Mark Carney's embrace of China, Japan's biggest regional competitor, is clouding the outlook. In particular, the decision to remove nearly all tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles in exchange for the lowering of Chinese tariffs on canola and seafood. Once the deal expires at the end of the year, there's concern from some analysts China will demand more access for EVs and other goods at the expense of Japan.
It is a trusted partner. It is a G7 member. It is a fellow democracy with whom we have important strategic relationship. And we cannot jeopardize that relationship because we're trying to pursue diversification with China, a partner that has consistently shown itself to be unreliable, to use coercion against us and other democracies.
Over the next few days, Ministers Joly and Sidhu will meet with government officials and stakeholders at Toyota and Honda to discuss their concerns, while Minister McGuinty will pitch how Canadian technology can help keep Japan safe. Heather.
CTV's Judy Trin reporting in Tokyo. Prime Minister Mark Carney marked National Indigenous Peoples Day with a visit to the Nanaimo Museum in BC. Carney was joined by community leaders for a tour of exhibits honoring local First Nations. Events were also held across the country and here in the Maritimes to mark the 30th National Indigenous Peoples Day, which coincided with the summer solstice and marked the culmination of Indigenous Peoples Month across Canada. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will have your must-see moment from our colleagues at TSN. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after this. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Okay, that blew my mind. Yeah. I just thought she made ice cream.
You did not know the story of Laura Secord. What a hero. Truly a hero.
Absolutely.
Brave, one of the bravest women in Canadian history. Oh my gosh, shout out to Laura Secord and a delicious chocolate company as well.
Oh,
The French mint,
Yes.
my absolute favorite.
Waffle
Okay,
cones are amazing.
I would love to get a Lower Seacoast cone with a little, you know, put the little chocolate in the top of the
Right?
cone. Because
Yes.
it is officially summer now.
It is, but you know what? I was just saying off air, it's not feeling like summer right now. We are holding on to colder air across Atlantic Canada as of right now, the next couple of days, remaining below seasonal for much of those daytime highs. We do have some, and we do have like sunshine in the forecast, which is awesome, but we're also seeing some shower activity becoming steadier rain tomorrow. So it's welcome. We do need the precipitation, as we've mentioned before.
Well, it keeps the fire risk down. I have heard climatologists say that when they predict the whole summer for Canada, they are seeing a warm, dry summer ahead.
Yes.
But the predictions don't always come true, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, because remember last summer we had like that drought for 4 months, right? Only
no
seeing
one saw
like
that
10 to
coming.
15 millimeters of precipitation. Now we're getting steadier precipitation every week, which is welcome, like you said. We're not going to have a drought, and we are keeping fire, wildfires down.
Well,
which is awesome.
all we can do in your power is look at what we have kind of the next couple of days. So what are the next couple of days bringing us?
Well, we'll take a look at our 3-day forecast for that. We are going to see cooler daytime highs, as I'd mentioned, in New Brunswick. 21 degrees today. A mix of sun and clouds starts off the day. We do have some isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms for the northern region. 18 degrees on Tuesday. That's when we're going to see that next system move in, bringing rain across the province, cooling down to 18. Warming back up, but still remaining seasonal. 23 degrees for your daytime high midweek on Wednesday. A mix of sun and cloud. Scattered showers will return into the afternoon. Pretty much the same for Nova Scotia, starting off the day with sunny skies, increasing cloudiness, a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers expected for much of the province this afternoon with a high of 20. 18 degrees on Tuesday. We are going to see showers transition over to rain into the evening, and 20 degrees on Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud. But yet again, a chance of showers expected into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, 20 degrees today with mainly sunny skies. 19 degrees on Tuesday. We are going to see rain move in across the island. Rain continues into Wednesday's forecast with a high of 18, transitioning over to showers into the evening.
Just ahead in this half hour, the Move Morning Chat. Today we're sharing our favorite summer jobs from way back in the day, and we want to know yours too. That conversation in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Atlantic Canada at 6:30 on your Monday morning, June 22nd. Thank you so much for joining us. Special thank you too to Lorraine in Cavendish, PEI. She watches every morning. I met her at Chef Yvonne's restaurant in Cavendish. She watches the show every morning.
Well, hello.
Yeah, she was lovely. It was super, super nice to see her. So, spent the weekend in Prince Edward Island, which was fantastic to be up there.
Sounds lovely.
It's nice to get away.
It is, and we were up there for the Red Isle Relay, which was so much fun. So it's a race from the western tip of the island to the eastern tip.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a blast overnight. We actually worked a water stop in Cavendish, so it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We had our 9-year-old son, my husband Mike and I, and one of our friends Matt, so we had a water stop there. So we would see these like headlamps running through. We were right by Cavendish Beach actually, and we were handing out water there. It was so much fun.
That's really cool.
That sounds incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Neat experience.
It was a great weekend, and what was really neat was for running, it was actually perfect conditions because it was cloudy and cool. There was a cool breeze, but if you weren't running, maybe not ideal weather for summer or for Father's Day because we were really bundled up. PEI this weekend.
I found it pleasant in the Halifax area, like warm enough. You didn't, just maybe a little on the cool side, but
right.
It was warm at times. What about you? Did you like the weather?
Yeah, I did actually. Like you mentioned, we had sunshine, some pop-up shower activity, and it was great to be outside. So that sunshine, you could be in a t-shirt and maybe light layers.
So it just shows how different it was depending on where you were.
Oh, it's always the way. So very different. So today I'm still not exactly sure what's happening. I've been paying attention, but
it's exactly what we saw on the weekend.
Okay.
Pretty much the same for the Maritime region, but as you can see in St. John's, Newfoundland, it is Quite a foggy start to the day. Yeah, it is cooler this morning, 5 degrees in your area, and we are expecting a chance of showers starting off your day. So something to keep in mind when you are heading out early this morning. It is still cool for parts of Atlantic Canada, but other parts are seeing a bit of a warm up starting off your day at least. 13 degrees in Fredericton, 11 degrees in Yarmouth, 6 currently in Charlottetown, and 7 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay. We do have a frost advisory in effect for parts of Newfoundland for early Tuesday morning. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. So as I'd mentioned, a bit of shower activity for parts of Newfoundland to start your day. Sunshine for much of Atlantic Canada, though, early this morning. We are going to see a low chance of showers return for New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia into the afternoon. And in terms of the wind forecast, it's going to remain quite light for all 3 maritime provinces today. As of right now, sustained wind 22 kilometers per hour in Sydney, 13 into Lunenburg and Canso. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. A group of volunteers in New Brunswick are calling it a day in one community after decades of service. CTV's Derek Haggett has their story.
For 65 years, a group of dedicated volunteers have been serving the community of Shediac, but that's all coming to an end. The Shediac Lions Club has announced it will be ceasing all activities.
I think we're down to 7 members. And it's just not growing. So at some point, you got to make a decision.
Since 1961, the Lions have held countless fundraising events and have supported local schools, charities, and organizations.
There's been a lot of stuff and things that have been done by the Shediac Lions Club for the Shediac area. So it's the passing of an era.
The mayor says it's a great loss, but perhaps no one will feel it more than the local food bank.
Always knew that they were game to come and do our fundraisers for us, and they also did other things on the side, like for just the greater community, so it definitely is a loss for us.
But Cormier will remain a Lion. He and a few others will join a Moncton club.
They're noted for great workers, great people, and we're especially happy to have Mark on board.
We're going to go ahead and use them, and also we're going to go ahead and provide service to their area as part of our club as well.
The Shediac Lions will be donating the balance of their funds, roughly $85,000, to the town.
Helping in the community is important. My parents have always been very much involved, so I grew up thinking that that was kind of normal.
The club will officially cease to exist at the end of the month. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
And it was too good to be true for healthcare workers in Newfoundland and Labrador who thought they were getting an extra paid day off. Turns out it was a cybersecurity test from their employer. CTV's Garrett Berry has more on the fake offer and the fallout.
Works continue through a difficult period of change.
What is most upsetting to union leaders about this phony email is not the fake promise of a paid day off, but the pretend acknowledgement of the hard efforts of healthcare workers.
One young woman responded and said, "I'm a single mom. I thought my employer finally got what I was going through."
It was a cheap shot at our members, at employees. That's what it was.
The so-called June holiday wasn't a real offer. It was a phishing test sent to thousands of healthcare workers across the province by someone with Newfoundland and Labrador Health Services. The Health Board says they are investigating whether their own employee or contractor, Ernst & Young, wrote and sent the email.
So really this missed a mark is not reflective of Newfoundland and Labrador Health Services. It's not reflective of how we value our employees.
The frustration inside this hospital is pretty high right now because the province's health authority has just rolled out a brand new back-end health information system, CoreCare. Union leaders in this province say the transition to that new software has been extremely difficult.
All of that stress, all of that mandatory overtime, and to then try to hook staff with the promise of a day off, it was actually insulting.
Cybersecurity exercises are in the spotlight in this province ever since a cyber attack in 2021 took out healthcare systems for weeks. This email was trying to train employees not to click on suspicious links, but the tone and the message could just be the last straw for many healthcare workers, said NAPE President Jerry Earle. He says he's already heard from one specialist planning to now retire after receiving this message. Garrett Berry, CTV News, St. John's.
Thank you, Garrett. Finally, in Halifax, thousands of fans lined the waterfront as SailGP returned to the city.
It's quite something to see the boats go so fast. It's fun.
The harbor was turned into an aquatic race course as high-tech catamarans whipped across the water. In the end, Spain finished first. Canada's North Star team finished 7th out of 13. What a time to be in the Halifax area.
It was awesome. I did catch it on the Dartmouth side. There was a viewing party down by.
Oh, yeah? How was it?
So cool. Great crowds. And you could really see the action. It's just fun.
Oh.
It was beautiful. Beautiful
so
weather.
cool.
It's cool to see so much activity in the region, so much excitement. It's a treat. I'm glad they're coming back again next year.
So exciting. And neat to see the grandstands, too.
I know.
Yes. Well, then they whip right by the grandstands, which would be neat. I haven't had the experience of sitting in the VIP section. I just caught it on the Dartmouth side because I just thought that it was people had made people came down to the waterfront in droves.
Yes, of course.
But then people who lived nearby sat by and like you could see they had little parties on their porches and stuff. And
yes.
Yeah, it's really, everybody got into it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what cruise ship passengers were thinking when they came in. They're like, wow, Halifax is bumping.
Right?
Friends from other parts of the country had seen it on TSN and such, and they were like, oh, what is that happening in your region? It's so cool. I'm like, yes, it is. It sure is. Come next year and visit.
Come on back. All right, well, still ahead, we're going to have your entertainment headlines on this Monday morning. But before that, it is the Move Morning Chat. Today, we want to know, what was your favorite summer job as a teen? We can't wait to hear what you have to say. Maybe it was at a camp. Stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:42. We're taking a live look at Fredericton. It is a bit of a cloudy start to the day. 13 degrees early this morning. We are expecting some sunshine before isolated showers into the afternoon. So currently across the region, some parts are feeling a little bit cooler than others. 6 degrees into Charlottetown, 11 degrees starting off your day in Yarmouth with 10 degrees in Halifax, 6 degrees in Cartwright and into St. Anthony. We do have a frosted advisory issued for parts of Newfoundland for early Tuesday morning. As temperatures cool down into the overnight hours, we are expecting some patchy frost to develop. Over to our forecast timeline. Sunshine for much of the Maritime region to start your day, as well as across much of Labrador. Into Newfoundland, we do have a cloudy, wet start to the day for parts of the province, looking at a chance of showers early this morning, and fog also expected to start your day. Expecting that to burn off into the afternoon. Clouds will clear out, leaving some sunshine in your area. And then into the Maritime region, a chance of showers will return across New Brunswick into the northern region of the province. We do have a risk of thunderstorms, and also seeing a low chance of showers expected for mainland Nova Scotia into the Tri-County area, as well as eastern Nova Scotia. That will take us into tonight. A chance of showers will continue, start to clear off into early Tuesday morning, but we do have another system making its way over, bringing periods of rain across much of the Maritimes. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, we are looking at 2 to 5 millimeters expected for Edmonton and Woodstock. Also going to see 2 to 5 millimeters for Grand Manan and into Yarmouth. And Newfoundland and Labrador not really seeing accumulation from this system. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 19 degrees in Grand Manan up to 24 in Miramichi. We do have a mix of sun and cloud today across the province. A chance of showers returns into the afternoon, around a 30% chance of it happening, and a risk of thunderstorms also expected into the northern region of the province. Light wind expected today. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 17 degrees in Surrey up to 21 in Summerside and Charlottetown. Mainly sunny skies throughout your day today, and pretty light wind out of the southeast, only 10 kilometers per hour. For Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at a mix of sun and cloud today as well. But we do have a low chance of isolated showers expected this afternoon for parts of eastern Nova Scotia. And daytime highs will range from 16 degrees up to 23 in Truro. For the rest of Nova Scotia, also holding on to sunshine today, a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers expected this afternoon with highs between 18 degrees up to 23 into Middleton. For Labrador City, it's actually going to be quite a warm day ahead. 24 degrees stay as your daytime high. Mainly sunny skies. We do have a low chance of showers into the evening. And 9 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at showers starting off your day, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Wednesday's forecast is going to be another wet one, but for Tuesday, we are going to see that steadier rain, so heavier rainfall totals will be expected. This system will continue to make its way over to Newfoundland and Labrador and bringing showers into our forecast yet again for Wednesday, but also seeing a bit of sunshine return across Prince Edward Island and parts of Nova Scotia. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. Welcome to the Move Morning Chat. It's officially summer, and with that, we want to know, what was your first summer job as a teenager? And tell us if you loved it or not. Aaron, Peter, where did you work?
Okay, so I can actually not remember not doing something in the summer, not necessarily making a whole lot of money, but starting back when, you know, picking strawberries and scooping blueberries or haying on my grandfather's farm. That one was unpaid, as I remember. But my first full-time summer job, like 40 hours, actually about 45 hours a week, was working in a lumber mill, a sawmill. Yeah, so it was loud and hot and sweaty, and no, I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. But it was a family business, so I also didn't have a whole lot of choice in it. But yeah, it was certainly a learning experience where I really found out just how hard people do work in the summer. It wasn't a particularly hard job, but you still had to get up to be there every morning for 7 a.m., and you finished at 5 p.m. And that was my first summer job as a teenager.
Wow. I can't believe you were getting up that early as a teenager. I was sleeping till noon, chilling out. Summer jobs, looking back, I mean, this certainly wasn't my first summer job, but it was my favorite. And I have to talk about it because I always tell people this is the best summer job you can get. And it was actually working at this radio station. Wow. When I first started, I had a job called the Party Patrol, if you can imagine. I was quite good at that job, but it was so fun. I had just come to Halifax, and I spent the entire summer in a cruiser going to every fun event in Halifax, going to the beach, you know, Pride. It was just the best. And meeting all of these people around Halifax, I would have never been able to do that before. So that is hands down the best summer job I've ever had. And I always tell people, if you know anyone who needs a summer job, come work at the radio station, because it doesn't even feel like a job. You're just living your life all summer.
Wow,
that
sounds
epic.
amazing. Most of my jobs were hard agricultural labor until I got my very first, like, if you will, real job. I mean, they were always paid, but this one was a real job. It's called Colasante's Tropical Gardens, and it was this big attraction under greenhouse glass, which was cool. So our job had, like, we had this list of things we had to do in the morning, including water the monkeys. We had to, like, hose down the monkeys in a cage. Oh my gosh! And there was a restaurant on site, and we had made our own apple cider and this kind of fake flavored peach drink and donuts, like those kind of delicious donuts that they drop into the oil with the brown sugar and all that on. Anyway, as part of our break, someone had to go to the cafeteria and get the donuts and everyone's order if you wanted cider or peach drink, and they delivered that to break, and we got to have that for free every day.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was a dream.
Donuts and monkeys, amazing.
And the monkeys.
Right?
And the tropical birds, and they squawk so loud. It was a really cool job, and my sister worked there too, so we have a lot of great memories together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good one. What about you, Latavia?
I've had so many jobs, I vaguely even remember what jobs I haven't worked these days. Back in the day, I think one of my coolest jobs, not my first either, but I worked at a cold-pressed juice company. Ooh. It was very different than anything else I've done before, and it was fun because we got to, like, stand on the curb outside of the store and give away drinks, bump music. It was so much fun. I got fired from that job, though, because one time I slept in. I was supposed to open the store. It didn't happen.
Oh, no.
Sorry, but it was still a great time when I had the job.
I'm glad we have that Venn diagram of juices in our past.
Right? Yeah. Womp womp.
Oh my gosh. Well, it wasn't as fun as the Party Patrol, but what can you do? Better than the sawmill, you know? It's give and take. All right, let's ask our viewers, share your summer jobs with us. If you got a photo, bonus points, 10400 is the number to text. Yeah, summer. Hurrah, hooroo.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:53. I want to talk movies with you, Crystal.
Yeah, because we're getting entertainment. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so what did you see over the weekend?
Okay, well, upon my daughter's recommendation, we went to the movies yesterday for Father's Day.
Aww.
And we saw The Sheep Detective. It's really cute. It's a movie about, it's kind of like shot in somewhere in the UK, and it's about a shepherd who raises a sheep, and it's CGI sheep, and they kind of talk as well. It sounds crazy, but it's actually delightful. Like Hugh Jackman is the shepherd. So all big names. Very, very well done. Very heartwarming. And it's a murder mystery, so it's all the things I love.
Oh, win-win.
Yeah, I have to recommend it for sure. I would say it's a good one. Good one, good one. Yeah, what about you?
I saw Voicemails for Isabel. It's on Netflix. It's this like new Netflix movie. I bawled my eyes out. It was such a fantastic little film. It was like 5 minutes in and I was already crying.
So what's the premise of it?
So basically it's like two sisters who are like very close in age, and one is like terminally sick.
Oh.
Yeah, so like they do everything together and they have like this beautiful relationship, and then she passes. So the sister who's still alive leaves voicemails for her sister, like updates into her life. It's really great. Like you have to check it out. Yeah, and there's romance involved. It's really good.
Two heartwarming flicks if you're looking to get the Kleenex box out today.
Exactly. And like we said, speaking of entertainment, let's take a look at those entertainment headlines.
Bonnie doesn't want to play with toys anymore. She needs me.
Playtime may be changing, but the love for Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and Jessie is stronger than ever. Toy Story 5 brought in $160 million this weekend, becoming the biggest domestic debut of 2026. It's the second highest opening in Disney Pixar history. Disney is the parent company of ABC News.
What did you steal?
Secrets.
Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day landed in a distant second place for its second weekend with $78 million domestically. Despite the science fiction seeing a dramatic 62% drop from its debut, its worldwide gross is already more than Spielberg's last two films combined.
I love you so much.
Curry Baker's Obsession hit another milestone this weekend. The supernatural horror crossed the $300 million mark worldwide, more than 400 times its original micro-budget. Happy birthday to Meryl Streep. The Academy Award winner turns 77 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Taking another look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick, a high of 21 degrees today. We do have sunshine across the province. Also seeing the return of isolated showers this afternoon into the northern region of the province this afternoon. A risk of thunderstorms. 18 degrees on Tuesday, looking at steady rain across the province. And then on Wednesday, sunshine returns, but also scattered showers expected into the afternoon with a high of 23. For Nova Scotia, looking at 20 degrees today, a mix of sun and cloud. We do have isolated showers for parts of the province this afternoon. And then on Tuesday, 18 degrees with showers transitioning over to steadier rain into the evening. And 20 degrees on Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud, scattered showers into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, 20 degrees today with mainly sunny skies, cooling down just a bit to 19 on Tuesday with rain across the island. Rain continues in the forecast midweek on Wednesday with evening showers. Time now is 6:56. Make sure to stick with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after this.
It's Monday, June 22nd. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, thousands of fans line the waterfront as SailGP returns to Halifax. The top news headlines just ahead.
And the latest on the deal between the U.S. and Iran. What does this memorandum of understanding entail? What does it actually mean? Is the conflict over? We'll ask Dalhousie University's Robert Hewish to break it down for us. Those stories and more coming up in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Morning Atlantic, Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had a lovely weekend. We are kicking off the first full week of summer.
Yes.
Very exciting.
So exciting, especially for students in New Brunswick. This is the official start of their summer vacation.
Friday was their last day, right?
Yeah, Friday was their last day of school. As for students in Nova Scotia and PEI, they still have school this week. This is their last week of school.
Last week, okay.
And then it's officially summer vacation for those students.
Wow.
Winding down.
Time flies.
Wow, it sure does. Wild. Well, savor the last days of school for kids, those who have and those who don't. Savor not having school. What a treat.
Right? Well, we are going to see sunshine today for parts of Atlantic Canada. It's going to be quite lovely outside, although a bit cooler for our daytime highs. Still remaining seasonal to just about below seasonal.
Okay.
Yeah, and we do have some pop-up shower activity for parts of Atlantic Canada, but it is still quite a low chance of it happening.
Maybe a good day to do yard work, because when I was looking at the forecast coming up, looks like we've got quite a bit of rain coming.
Yes, exactly. We're going to see some steadier shower activity and then rain moving in Wednesday for the Maritime region. Tuesday, sorry,
good reminder,
tomorrow.
Amanda. My grass is getting up there. Yeah. It's been busy, you know. And you got
busy.
She's been busy. So okay, good.
And once you cut it, it grows right back.
It sure does. With all of the rain, exactly. Okay, hi Peggy. How you doing today?
I know, it's beautiful over there, although a bit cloudy to start your day. We are going to see some sunny breaks over in Peggy's Cove today. A mix of sun and cloud for much of the Maritime region, and then we have that low chance of isolated showers expected into the afternoon. As of right now, it is 10 degrees in Halifax, 6 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 13 degrees in St. John, New Brunswick, and 4 degrees in Labrador City. Over to the frost advisory in effect. This is for early Tuesday morning for parts of Newfoundland. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We do have a low chance of showers starting off your day for parts of Newfoundland. That is expected to clear out this afternoon, leaving some sunshine in your area. For much of Atlantic Canada, we are going to see some sunshine early in the morning, and then a low chance of showers returns for New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia. In terms of our wind forecast, going to remain quite light for all 3 maritime provinces. As of right now, 22 kilometers per hour in Sydney, 13 in Canso, as well as into Lunenburg, with no wind gusts to report. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. In Halifax, thousands of fans lined the waterfront as SailGP returned to the city.
It's quite something to see the boats go so fast. It's fun.
The harbor was turned into an aquatic race course as high-tech catamarans whipped across the water. In the end, Spain finished first. Canada's North Star team finished 7th out of 13. A volunteer group in New Brunswick says it's shutting down after 65 years of serving the community.
I think we're down to 7 members, and just not growing. So at some point, you got to make a decision.
The Shediac Lions Club has announced that it will cease all activities at the end of June. The club first launched in the fall of 1961. The Shediac Lions will be donating the balance of their funds, roughly $85,000, to the town. Putting a spotlight on electric vehicles, that was the purpose of an event in Halifax over the weekend. And as CTV's Callum Smith reports, some say the price of gas is making them contemplate change.
If you didn't hear that, it's because it's an electric vehicle, and those are well on display here and ready for test drives.
We're funded by the Nova Scotia government to bring education and engagement opportunities all around the province.
All about EVs. Clean Foundation says Halifax Electric Avenue is a no-strings-attached event.
A lot of people are very curious about electric vehicles, but they don't necessarily want to go to a dealership yet to start talking about buying one.
As prices fluctuate, I mean, it's gotten ridiculous.
That's part of why Chad Stimson is considering moving from a plug-in hybrid to fully electric.
They're a little bit more expensive, but when you don't have to factor in oil changes, all that kind of maintenance, and gas, you're coming out way ahead. We save so much money with our plug-in hybrid that it's worth it.
For some, they still feel range anxiety, like one charge won't last them long enough. There's also a $5,000 federal rebate on EVs that cost less than $50,000.
I'm going to be looking for what makes financial sense to me, whether it's gas or I'm still a gas kind of person. But if it makes sense, I'll definitely switch over to electric.
And there's a compelling argument to be made, says this Tesla owner.
Original motors, original battery, no maintenance on any of that, 500,000 kilometers, mostly made of aluminum, so there's very little rust on it.
As for charging infrastructure, experts say that's greatly improved over time and that 90% of charging usually happens at home overnight.
Almost anywhere you go in the province, you're never more than 150 kilometers away from a charger.
And for those taking a longer trek,
a lot of people underestimate how much time they'll actually take on a pit stop during a road trip. They'll say, oh, 20 minutes sounds so long, but then you have to wait in line for the bathroom, and then you have to wait in line for your coffee, and then all of a sudden 20 minutes is actually feeling pretty short.
He says the cheaper end of EVs are in the range of $40,000. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Callum. Yeah, an interesting event. No pressure if you are curious about EVs, have questions. Test one out.
Electric Avenue. Fun.
Electric Avenue.
Love it. Okay, this is a fun story, all right? A tiny pony in Croatia is doing well and living well after recovering from illness. So temporarily, it's living in a fourth-floor apartment. The animal was rejected at birth by the mama, but some kind humans have stepped in. It's just 3 weeks old at this point and taking good care of the little guy. They say that if the little guy gets hungry in the middle of the night, he'll come wake them up for a snack. And right now, he's still small enough to be carried up and down the stairs of the apartment. But eventually, that's going to change and he'll be moved outside. But there he is. Oh, I really pulled this for you, Ahmed. Isn't that a cute little horse?
It's so cute.
I know you called 911 one time to talk about horses. So let me make it easier for you with showing this amazing video.
Oh, well, thank you. And for clarification, if anyone's wondering, it's because I was a kid.
Yeah. She was a child not unlike this tiny horse. Vulnerable and impressionable.
What a cutie. This is just a good excuse to show a little tiny horse.
Basically, yeah.
I approve.
Yeah.
A+.
All right. A reminder, too, it's FIFA time. 2026 FIFA World Cup now well underway. CTV, TSN, and Crave are your homes for coverage of every single game during the 5-week tournament. So it will impact our show some days. CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6. Those newscasts will move to CTV2, that's the station, on certain days and times. So just simply check it out with a QR code or go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca and you can get all the details there.
All the deets, but don't change the channel because we will have a look at your national news headlines, and Latavia has the latest look at the Monday forecast as well. We've got some below seasonal temperatures.
Just a little below.
A little below.
Need the gloves, really.
No, hopefully not. All right, we have that forecast coming up next, including details on the wet weather on the way too.
Happy Monday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7. We're taking a live look at Port de Grace, off at 8 degrees this morning. It is cloudy and foggy to start your day, and we do have a low chance of showers expected early in the morning. Clouds will clear out, leaving some sunshine into the afternoon. Weather's brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. We are going to see for our current temperatures, it is quite warm starting off your day for parts of the region, at least a bit cooler for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. We are going to continue to see temperatures warm up, but remaining below seasonal for much of those daytime highs. 11 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 10 currently in Charlottetown, 12 degrees early this morning in Fredericton, 8 degrees now in Labrador City, and 5 degrees starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have a frost advisory in effect for early Tuesday morning, expecting patchy frost to develop as temperatures cool down into the overnight hours. Here's a look at your forecast time. So we are going to see a bit of a cloudy start to the day for parts of New Brunswick, as well as into parts of Newfoundland. But we are going to see some sunshine across all 3 maritime provinces before a chance of showers returns into the afternoon. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador are going to see sunshine as well into the afternoon, but that chance of showers is going to continue for the maritime region into tonight, carrying us into early Tuesday morning. We are another low pressure system to make its way over, bringing periods of rain for all 3 maritime provinces. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, we're only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of New Brunswick into the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia for this specific system. Newfoundland and Labrador not going to see any accumulation. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 18 to 24 degrees. Mr. Miramichi. We do have a mix of sun and cloud across the province today. Isolated showers this afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms into the northern region. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs will be 16 to 21. Lots of sunshine throughout your day today. And then for Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at daytime highs between 16 to degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 17 to 23 in Middleton. A mix of sun and cloud today. Isolated showers expected this afternoon. And then for Labrador City, looking at a high of 24 degrees. Mainly sunny skies with evening showers expected. And 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Showers will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. So rain across all 3 maritime provinces in our forecast for Tuesday afternoon. Newfoundland, Labrador going to see some shower activity as well. This system will make its way over to Newfoundland and Labrador into Wednesday's forecast, bringing that steadier rain their way. For the maritime region, we are holding on to a chance of showers and seeing a bit of sunshine into the early evening hours of Wednesday. So now it's time for your campfire. And for that, it's brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. We are seeing pretty much burning is allowed across New Brunswick. Make sure to check for bylaws of around 2 p.m. That's how long it's valid until. And in Nova Scotia, we are going to see burning is allowed between 2 p.m. to 8 a.m. for Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia. And then for mainland Nova Scotia and into the southern region, burning is only allowed around 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. And then for Prince Edward Island, also seeing burning is allowed around 2 p.m. to 8 a.m. So as I'd mentioned, always make sure to check your fire ban and also keep those fires small and under control. Never leave them unattended. And make sure fire is out before you go to sleep or leave a campsite. So now we're going to turn our attention over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And we begin with breaking news across the pond. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says he is resigning, stepping down as leader of the governing Labour Party, and will remain caretaker Prime Minister until a successor is chosen. His departure follows mounting pressure over the government's declining popularity since Labour's landslide election victory in 2024. The move was triggered by the recent success of Labour MP Andy Burnham, who was preparing a leadership challenge. The party is expected to choose a new leader in the coming weeks. Statistics Canada is set to release its May inflation report today. Economists expect the annual inflation rate to rise to 3%, up from April, largely due to higher gasoline prices. TD Bank economist Andrew Hensick says the key question is whether rising fuel costs are also driving up prices across the broader economy. The Bank of Canada has said there is still limited evidence that higher energy prices are causing widespread inflation in other goods and services. It was a rough weekend in Switzerland where talks between the U.S. and Iran seemed to fall apart, then finally improve. ABC's Karen Hua has the latest in Washington.
It's a new week and an attempt to reset the U.S.-Iran peace talks in Switzerland. Jabs from both countries over the weekend threatened to derail negotiations.
What the president has asked us to do is turn over a new leaf, to transform our relationship with the people of Iran.
Saturday, Iran threatened to again close the Strait of Hormuz because of Israel's continued attacks in Lebanon. President Trump lashed out in response, warning Iran, you close it and you won't have a country. You won't even make it back to your expletive country, adding he would, quote, blow the expletive out of them should the strait be closed. As a result, Iran's delegation appeared to walk out of the negotiating room. But it seems tensions were repaired and the talks continued overnight with the help of mediation from Pakistan and Qatar. However, the deal seems to hinge on Israel and Hezbollah agreeing to a ceasefire in Lebanon. Israel's ambassador to the United Nations says that may not be possible.
They still want to have control over Lebanon and to pose a threat against Israel. So we are continuing to talk with the Lebanese government, and at the same time, if we will be attacked by Hezbollah, the proxy of Iran, we will have to retaliate.
Back in Washington, bipartisan backlash to the deal is growing.
I do not support this deal that he made, which was an abject surrender.
Is the MOU problematic? Yeah. I'd rather try diplomacy than take it off the table. Let's try a diplomatic solution. I think it's going to fail.
Now, Iran's state media reports the peace talks have not yet addressed the nuclear program. Sunday, Iran's president said his country will never back down from its right to enrich uranium. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
And we'll have another break here in your Morning Atlantic. When we return, Dalhousie's Robert Hewish will have more on this deal. That's on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Well, welcome back, 7:21. It was a tense weekend of high-level talks in Switzerland as representatives for the U.S. and Iran met to hammer out details of a deal to end the war in Iran. The talks stalled at one point when President Donald Trump, who was not present, threatened to resume bombing. So joining us once again for an explainer of where things stand at the moment is Robert Hewish, the Associate Dean of Research at Dalhousie University. Good morning, Robert. Thanks for coming in.
Good to see you, Crystal.
So let's begin. The status of the deal this morning, where are we?
It's in the gutter in the sense that the U.S. side has not done well to basically bring the minimum level of diplomacy to this negotiation. And just like you said, Trump started the morning off by saying that he would threaten to bomb Iran. He even threatened to kidnap the negotiating team out of Geneva.
Goodness gracious. Well, we just had a report from Amanda. He was using, I think, language unbefitting of a world leader.
Well, the thing is, there is a skill to diplomacy that goes all the way back to ancient Greece. And if you wake up in the morning with explicitives and just consistent threats to your opposing side or to your negotiating partner, you'll never reach a conclusion or a deal, which Trump thinks that he's somehow a master of. So it's basically a 60-day window where we're going to see a lot of this circus. The only way that Trump seems to be able to engage with foreign leaders is through a series of threats, and that is likely to really stall things up. It's going to bring a lot of resistance as well, even with his own base in the United States, because the things that he's asking for or the things that he's offering up to Iran are very intangible. They can be just switched on or off. So what I mean by that is the big deal is that the Strait of Hormuz is blocked right now. The U.S. says they can open it, Iran says they can open it, but really that's a political decision if it's open or closed. Likewise, sanction relief. Trump is talking about giving sanctions, relief to Iran, even returning frozen assets, and then also talking about a $300 billion reconstruction budget coming in. And all of that is an executive order that could be turned on or off. And this is at a time when Americans are paying more than they ever have for many goods. They have deep cuts into their own social programs, and now we're seeing Trump literally take U.S. funds and send it over to a country that he, 40 days ago, said would completely obliterate and would only accept total regime change.
It is complicated. Other countries are involved. I've heard that, for example, there's a sticking point with Israel and Lebanon.
Correct. So Israel right now is in active war in Lebanon against Hezbollah, which is supported and funded by Iran. Both Israel and Hezbollah are left completely out of these discussions right now in Geneva. So that's going to be an issue because already Israel has sent some ordnance towards Iran, and both countries, if they don't have a voice at the table, and even though they're implicated by these decisions, there's a lot of room for aggressions to pop up and totally derail the process altogether.
Well, let's talk about Canada's role in all of this. Prime Minister Mark Carney said last week that he actually says this deal is a bit of a game changer. What does that mean, and what does it mean for Canadians?
So I think that what Mr. Carney's trying to do here is not be in a position to critique U.S. foreign policy right now, and it's very easy to do so, as we've just done. But what he's trying to say is that Iran is still on the books a hostile nation to Canada, and any attempts that they make to acquire nuclear material would be a threat to all the Canadians. And I think that Mr. Carney is also aware that what we're seeing as this pinch point in the Strait of Hormuz is one of several around the world that can really disrupt global trade and global partnerships. And that's his goal, is to make sure that Canada does have partnerships around the world. And if there's something like running out of energy supply coming out of the Middle East, that could really stall it up. And so his interest is to say, we want this cool and calm. We don't want nuclear weapons in the hands of a government like Iran.
So you mentioned energy. I mean, a lot of Canadians, this war is hitting them in the wallet. What do you think is going to happen to oil and gas prices?
Right, that's a good one. So most people have seen, about 30 cents come off a liter of fuel in the last few weeks and think, oh, good, this is on the right track. Well, hold on a second. In the last 40 days, national reserves around the world have plummeted to all-time lows. So the United States, for example, their own national reserve of fuel is at a low to that of 1943, or about 43 years old. So they're at an all-time low, going back, I guess, that far. So once there is oil moving out of the Strait of Hormuz, it's likely that nations, China, U.S., everybody, will start filling up their own reserves, and that's not likely to show relief at the pump for day-to-day consumers.
That sounds like a supply and demand scenario, a lot of demand and not much supply. All right. Well, Robert, we really appreciate your thoughts this morning.
Good to see you, Crystal.
All right. We are going to take a little break. It's now 7:26. We'll be back with more of our show after this. Actually, first, we do have time for 3 days. So, Latavia, over to you.
Thanks, Crystal. 21 degrees today in New Brunswick. A mix of sun and cloud. We do have isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. 18 degrees on Tuesday, seeing a rain move in across the province. Warming up to 23 on Wednesday. A mix of sun and cloud returns, but so does a chance of showers. For Nova Scotia, 20 degrees today, a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers for parts of the province into the afternoon. 18 degrees on Tuesday, looking at a few showers, transitioning over to rain into the evening. A mix of sun and cloud returns midweek on Wednesday, a high of 20, scattered showers into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, 20 degrees today with mainly sunny skies, cooling down just a bit to 19 on Tuesday with rain across the island. Rain will continue in the forecast for Wednesday, 18 degrees with evening showers.
Coming up in this half hour, friends from Cafe Lara are here to bring us details on the best way to enjoy an iced coffee. It is that time of year. It's iced coffee season. We'll have those cool and caffeinated details a little later in the show.
Join us 7:31 on this Monday, first full day of summer. Hurrah! Woohoo! Hurrah! Hurrah! We're celebrating with some delicious coffee drinks. Looking forward to that. Cafe Lara, it's a lovely, lovely place to have a nice beverage.
Oh yeah.
I usually get hot coffee, but I'm open to trying the cold.
Oh, yes, especially this time of year. There is something about an iced coffee. I know some people enjoy having them year-round. I'm definitely an iced coffee summer drinker.
Yes, yes.
Brianne Foley is an ice drinker all year round. Yes. I just was looking around, scrolling a little bit on the weekend. Not much, though, but a little bit. And noticed that there's some things in, Jennifer Lopez. She's gorgeous, like 56
I know who she
or
is.
57. Yes. Gloria looks 25.
Yes.
And they were saying she doesn't drink any caffeine or alcohol. Now, I don't know who was saying this. I would love to have the skin of a 20-year-old, but I don't think I could sacrifice the caffeine.
No, absolutely not. Alcohol for sure, but caffeine?
No
way.
I wouldn't be here.
Couldn't imagine. I wouldn't be here. Brought to you by coffee.
Yeah, for sure. I truly look forward to that cup of coffee in the morning.
Yeah, I have to have at least one.
Well, we're going to have an extra one in a second.
I was going to say, but I'll take another. Yeah.
All right. So this morning, it's the sunshine is out in certain parts of the area. It's decent morning out there, I would say.
It is. It's kind of feeling a bit cool.
Heads up about the Confederation Bridge.
Yes.
You know how they have construction going on there. They warn. Heading onto the island this weekend, we waited maybe 15 minutes. Leaving the island, we were on the Confederation Bridge for an hour.
Wow. Okay, so what a difference, eh?
Yeah, but that construction should be it's work that needs to be done, but it should be wrapping up at the end of the month.
Okay, good. Good to know.
But yes, absolutely give yourself some extra time if you travel across the Confederation Bridge.
Yes, definitely. And as you can see from our live eye, beautiful sunny start to your day. Across the island today, we're holding on to mainly sunny skies. Temperatures were a bit cooler, already warming up 10 degrees right now in Charlottetown. So in terms of our current temperatures, slowly warming up this morning, 11 degrees in Halifax, 13 in Yarmouth, as well as into St. John, New Brunswick, 8 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, and 5 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a frost advisory for parts of Newfoundland for early Tuesday morning as we see temperatures cool down. We do have expecting patchy frost to develop. Over to our satellite and radar, we are going to see sunshine for parts of Atlantic Canada throughout the day today as clouds clear out for Newfoundland. Showers clear. Sunshine will be, you will be met with sunshine into the afternoon for the Maritime region. A low chance of showers will return across New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia. In terms of our wind forecast, though, it's going to remain quite light for all three maritime provinces. 24 kilometers per hour in Sydney, 19 this morning in Canso, 13 in Lunenburg. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. A volunteer group in New Brunswick says it's shutting down after 65 years of serving the community.
I think we're down to 7 members. And it's just not growing. So at some point, you got to make a decision.
The Shediac Lions Club has announced that it will cease all activities at the end of June. The club first launched in the fall of 1961. The Shediac Lions will be donating the balance of their funds, roughly $85,000, to the town. In Halifax, thousands of fans line the waterfront as SailGP returned to the city.
It's quite something to see the boats go so fast. It's fun.
The harbor was turned into an aquatic race course as high-tech catamarans whipped across the water. In the end, Spain finished first. Canada's North Star team finished 7th out of 13th. The event is scheduled to return to the city next year. On land, some Nova Scotians are considering switching to an electric vehicle thanks to the high price of gas.
As prices fluctuate, I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. They're a little bit more expensive, but when you don't have to factor in oil changes, all that kind of maintenance, and gas, you're coming out way ahead. We save so much money with our plug-in hybrid that it's worth it.
Chad Stimson is considering moving from a plug-in hybrid to fully electric. EVs from 10 different manufacturers were available to drive at the Halifax Electric Avenue event, which ran Saturday and Sunday. The EV Showcase event gave drivers an opportunity to learn more about EVs without the pressure of a dealership. As for charging infrastructure, experts say that's greatly improved over time, and that 90% of charging usually happens at home overnight. For many seniors, isolation can be a silent daily struggle. Those living alone don't always have a reason to leave the house or see a familiar face. But as CTV's Maria Saru shows us, one library on Prince Edward Island is offering not just books, but companionship to encourage connection.
A hand of crib hits the table at the Seniors Cafe in the Charlottetown Library. For Noreen Hannes and others, it's a chance to step out of the house.
I live alone, it gets lonesome, and I always find friends here.
If cards aren't the draw, there's still something for everyone at the monthly meetup. Christine Young is making cornhole look easy.
I'm just finishing work a couple of years ago, so I want something to do, and I like activity, I like games, sports.
After the games, the seniors move to the kitchen for fruit and other snacks. Library technician Jillian Mahan says having company can help keep negative thoughts from spiraling.
A lot of it really is a chance to get out and socialize and meet other people in a safe and welcoming environment.
The need for connection reaches beyond this room. More than half of Canadians aged 50 or older experience loneliness, according to a report released by the National Institute on Aging this year. As the afternoon wraps up, the goal is for connections to keep going, and Hannes is hoping one friend will soon walk through the doors.
I'm looking forward to seeing if I can meet Denise again. We had a grand time talking.
For the first time, the Seniors Cafe will keep running through the summer. It'll be back here at the Charlottetown Library next month, giving Islanders another chance to get out, gather, and spend time together. Maria Saru, CTV News, Charlottetown.
Thank you, Maria. Finally, dozens of people gathered in Bedford, Nova Scotia this weekend to make a move for scleroderma.
It's nice and warm. It's a perfect day for a walk, and it's a perfect time to say Happy Scleroderma Awareness Month.
Scleroderma Atlantic's annual fundraiser took over to Wolf Park. Scleroderma is a rare chronic autoimmune disease that involves hardening or tightening of the skin. The walk raises money and awareness for the condition. So far across Atlantic Canada, more than $35,000 has been raised this year, and there are more walks scheduled for around the region to come. CTV is a proud supporter of this event, and our own Stephanie Seacoast was the MC this year. Little windy there, but still overall great conditions.
Great turnout.
We call that breezy.
Breezy.
Yeah.
I love that. A bit breezy.
In summertime, it's breezy. All right, let's see if it's breezy on the nest, shall we? Let's check out the Eagle Cam, courtesy of our friends at the Port Morean Wildlife Association. Is anybody in the nest? Is it Helene?
There she is.
There she is. She's not ready to leave yet. It would be neat to see when she starts to fly, but it's definitely, I'd say it's well breezy in the nest today. Whoa.
Right?
Oh.
Her feathers are literally getting ruffled.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I like that this overhead shot.
So cute.
Helene, we love
I can't
you.
believe how big she is.
I know. I wonder if parents are getting the morning eel.
They're getting,
Probably.
yeah, it's eel time. Eel o'clock somewhere. That's what the parents are saying.
That is the saying I've heard around, too. Okay, we're going to take another break here on this Monday morning. Still ahead, Latavia has the latest look at the Monday forecast for the first full day of summer. And then nothing says summer like an iced coffee. Our friends at Cafe Lara are here, and they've brought some espresso. Stick around for that. That's coming up later this half hour.
Welcome back. The time now is 7:43. Taking a live look at St. John, New Brunswick. 13 degrees as you head outdoors this morning. You can see the ferry has just docked. Early morning commuters will be greeted with sunshine today, as we do have a mix of sun and cloud with a low chance of showers returning this afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Temperatures already beginning to rise. 11 degrees right now in Halifax with 13 in Yarmouth. 10 degrees in Charlottetown. 8 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, and 4 degrees over in Gander. We do have a frost advisory in effect for early Tuesday morning, as we do expect patchy frost to develop into the overnight hours as temperatures cool down tonight. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. We are seeing sunshine for parts of Atlantic Canada to start your day. A chance of showers early this morning for parts of Newfoundland. That will clear out. Clouds will break down as well, leaving sunshine in your area into the afternoon. For the Maritime region, we do have a chance of isolated showers returning across New Brunswick into the northern region of the province. A risk of thunderstorms is expected, and we do have a chance of isolated showers also tracking across parts of Nova Scotia. Into tonight, showers will continue before another low pressure system makes its way over. We are going to see periods of rain move in across all 3 maritime provinces. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, it's going to remain quite light to start with this current system, as we do see a low chance of showers returning. Only 2 to 5 millimeters for New Brunswick, and into Yarmouth is expected. Newfoundland and Labrador are not getting accumulation from this system. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, lots of sunshine across the province today. We do have a chance of isolated showers this afternoon. As I had mentioned, into the northern region of the province, a risk of thunderstorms with daytime highs ranging from 18 degrees in Grand Manan up to 24 in Miramichi. For Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine throughout your day today, with highs between 16 degrees in Surrey up to 21 into Summerside and Charlottetown. For Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 16 degrees in Sydney up to 23 degrees in Truro. For eastern Nova Scotia, we do have a low chance of isolated showers into the afternoon. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. We are going to start off the day with sunshine and then seeing a low chance of showers into the afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 17 to 23 degrees. Lots of sunshine for Labrador City today. Evening showers, a high of 24. 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Showers are expected to clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon for your area. Into the Maritime region, rain for all 3 maritime provinces. Temperatures still remain below seasonal for our daytime highs. Labrador will see shower activity, and parts of Newfoundland a bit of shower activity as well. This system will make its way over to Newfoundland and Labrador, and we are going to still deal with precipitation into our forecast for Wednesday, but also going to see sunshine return for parts of Nova Scotia and across much of Prince Edward Island. That's a look at your weather forecast. I'm going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. 7:46. It is the first full day of summer, so naturally we're thinking about icy beverages and cooling off on a hot day. But we get up in the middle of the night, so we'd like that icy beverage to have a little caffeine in it. So thankfully, our friends and neighbors at Cafe Lara are here to help. Laura Cusson is the owner of Cafe Lara, and she joins us this morning along with head barista and roaster Anthea Denny. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Oh, what a treat to have you here. Thanks for celebrating summer with us. So, Laura, obviously ice drinks are popular, but if they've been so popular, you had to get a new ice machine, I understand.
Absolutely. It holds a lot more ice. It was necessary. We have to keep up with the demand.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. And Anthea, you've got this beautiful vat of ice. It's beautiful. Okay, what are you going to make for us today, Anthea?
So I'm gonna show you how to make like a little spin on a classic lemonade, because obviously that's like the most quintessential summer drink.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you some options to jazz it up with some coffee or matcha.
Perfect.
So a really simple way to jazz up your lemonades is making fruit syrup. So this is a strawberry and a cherry, and I made them with a 1:1:1 ratio. So you'll do like a cup of strawberry, a cup of sugar, a cup of water. And I do that with about an ounce of lemon, an ounce of the syrup of your choice, and it makes like a super delicious, fruity little lemonade.
That's fantastic. And I'm gonna lift this up that people don't see it a little bit. No, it's just where cameras are. This syrup, you can tell there's real strawberry in there. Laura, maybe you could explain that how everything's actually made from actual fruit.
The main ingredient is love.
Okay, love first and foremost, then real fruit.
Real fruit. They're a bit healthier. They're not as sweet as you might find a typical store-bought syrup.
Yeah.
So you really get the real flavors, and we love experimenting. Anthea comes up with really interesting recipes. The strawberry rhubarb right now is one of our most popular beverages. And here we're going to show you different options. You can always mix and match the syrups with lemonades, iced teas, coffees, matchas. So we're going to play around with this today.
I love it. Well, Anthea, I know that's your passion, literally your passion, to roast coffee and come up with beverage ideas, which is fun. This is like art for you.
Yes, it definitely is art. It's also like, I love coffee, don't get me wrong, but it's like all lattes and flat whites. It can get boring sometimes. So I like to be super adventurous and try really weird things. It like, I don't know, it changes your perspective on everything. Yeah, it's just super fun.
And here you are making, so this is the syrup's in there with a bit of water, so this is and the lemon juice, so this is I'll shake on lemonade, okay.
Yeah, so this is just like fruit-based lemonades, which are super good. So you can drink them this way, or if you're wanting to be creative, I know it seems a little crazy, but I love adding espresso to lemonade.
This is
yes,
cold
you
espresso.
could also do just a regular coffee, but I think it really adds something to it. And it sounds weird, but I promise it's like so good. So this one is the cherry lemonade with espresso. We have that at the cafe, and we call it the espresso cherry bomb, which has been super popular.
Well, the name is fun.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and try that.
I'm assuming that's why it's here. So okay, it's great. It's actually great. The cherry's a little bit sour.
I know.
It blends well because coffee and like the coffee and the fruit actually go well together. I actually find that coffee goes well with like fruit.
Yeah,
it's completely unexpected, but very popular.
I know I'm going in for seconds and third sips. I love it.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I know.
The cherry, which you can tell it's homemade, honestly, because it tastes so real, but it gives a little tooth, like there's a zing there. Okay, now you're making a matcha. This is where you're going to lose me, because I'm not a matcha girl.
And that's okay. But so many people are matcha people, and a matcha lemonade is also super good. I think matcha also pairs really well with the acidic and fruity flavors, because to me, matcha and coffee are both like botanically flavors. And a strawberry matcha latte has been popular for years. So we like to make a strawberry lemonade topped with matcha.
I bet you that Amanda's going to love this. We're going to go. Okay, Laura, we only got about 30 seconds left. And because we want our viewers to know, first of all, where can we find you?
On Agricola Street.
Okay.
Come down to Agricola Street. We've been there for over 7 years. We have delicious ice drinks. We have amazing baristas. We love everybody, so come on in. We also have a location on Yonge and Kempt, and you can find us there. You can find Anthea roasting our coffee beans there. We love to see you come on in and buy our coffee beans.
Which are roasted locally. I mean, it's wonderful stuff. Okay, I'm going to try this. Going to give it adventurous. Anthea, if you make it, I'm trying it. You know what? What saves it for me is a strawberry.
It's good.
I was raised on a strawberry farm. It's actually delicious. And little coffee bean cookies are so cute, too. My gosh. Thank you both so much for coming in.
You're a matcha girl now.
I'm a matcha girl now. If you put strawberry in it, I'm here for it. And I want to try this little cute little bean cookie, too. Anyway, thank you both for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, our pleasure. We put information about Cafe Laura and the 2 locations on our website. And Amanda, over to you. I'll save the matcha for you.
Okay, good, because I am a matcha girly, so I will take that. Thank you so much, ladies. Health and medical news now. The HPV vaccine for cervical cancer has drastically reduced deaths in one country. It's one of the topics in Your Health with CTV's Stephanie Seacos.
The HPV vaccine for cervical cancer has reduced the risk of dying from the disease before the age of 30 in England to almost 0. According to a first-of-its-kind study published in the Lancet Medical Journal, between 2020 and 2024, no women in the country aged between 20 and 24 died from cervical cancer. It is the first time no deaths were recorded in that age group, with experts estimating the vaccine has saved the lives of nearly 200 young women. HPV is the most common sexually transmitted infection, which can lead to several cancers. The Newfoundland and Labrador government recently found hazardous levels of radon, a cancer-causing gas, in 23 public housing units. The discovery at levels exceeding federal health guidelines has prompted some experts to call for mandatory testing across the country. Radon is a radioactive gas that forms naturally from uranium in the ground and can accumulate indoors, increasing the risk of lung cancer. Housing authorities in several provinces, including New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, have testing strategies. A growing number of children are being injured in e-scooter accidents, prompting a warning from health officials. The latest data comes from British Columbia, where 81 patients were treated at the Children's Hospital Emergency Department between April 2025 and March 2026, more than twice as many as the previous year. 35% of those cases involved bone fractures, 26% involved bruises, and 17% involved concussions. Officials say over half were not wearing helmets, and nearly 2/3 were riding over the legal speed limit. Ultra-processed foods are leading to soaring teen obesity rates. A major global study suggests teens who consume more ultra-processed foods are nearly 70% more likely to become overweight or obese. These foods are packed with junk like sugar, additives, and unhealthy fats. Because of this, they are more addictive, have fewer key nutrients, and despite being packed with calories, they leave you feeling empty. Diets high in ultra-processed foods and low activity levels has become the norm in recent years. As a result, teen obesity risk has skyrocketed. Carrying excess weight at a young age can lead to more health issues down the line, including diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease.
We'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones Sunday. It's a 75th anniversary for Alan and Evelyn Crawwell of Barrington Passage. Happy anniversary.
75 years.
Wow.
That's an incredible milestone. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It is a 50th anniversary for John and Joyce Lang of Florenceville, Bristol, New Brunswick. Congratulations, you two. Happy anniversary.
Incredible photo. It's also a 100th birthday for Gladys McIntyre of Ketchipaquack, New Brunswick.
Oh my gosh, Gladys, looking stylish in a convertible. You're living my dream.
Right?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. There you go. All right, here's another look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick. 21 degrees today. We do have sunshine starting off the day. Isolated showers expected into the afternoon. A risk of thunderstorms for the northern region. Cooling down to 18 on Tuesday with rain across the province. 23 degrees on Wednesday. Sunshine returns, but so does a chance of showers into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, 20 degrees today. We start off the day with a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers for parts of the province this afternoon. 18 degrees on Tuesday. Showers become heavier. Rain into the evening. And on Wednesday, 20 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud and scattered showers into the afternoon. Prince Edward Island, 20 degrees today with mainly sunny skies. Rain moves in on Tuesday with a high of 19. 18 degrees on Wednesday. Rain continues, transitions over to showers into the evening. Time now is 7:56. We'll be right back.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Monday, June 22nd. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, thousands of fans line the waterfront as SailGP returns to Halifax for a second year. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And fueling future soccer stars. The most important foods you should give your athletes to keep them energized and perform their best. What are they? We'll let you know in this half hour. That's coming up a little later on Your Morning Atlantic.
Hi, happy Monday to you. 8 o'clock. It's the last week for students in Nova Scotia and PEI getting ready for school. Summer vacation so close, but in New Brunswick, of course, summer vacation now underway. So congrats to all the grads and to the teachers and all the support staff for a fantastic year. We hope you had a great school year. I had mentioned earlier I was doing a maritime tour almost. I was in New Brunswick for 2 days. I was in Oromocto for my niece's graduation from high school. Then I was in Prince Edward Island over the weekend. I have to tell you, you know what is looking so good right now? The lupins. They are everywhere. The pinks and the purples. It makes you want to pull over on the side of the highway and just pick some.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful.
For sure. And if you wait till they're done and they have little seed pods, you could pick some and then go home and spread and plant your own lupins.
Oh, yeah.
They're awesome. And since you guys have kids, if you haven't read the book Miss Rumphius,
I have not.
It's all about a woman who spreads, makes the world a better place by spreading lupin seeds around. It's delightful.
Really?
Oh, no, you need to.
I gotta look it up.
Miss
Yeah.
Rumphius, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Add
And
it
it's
to
a
the
good
list.
one. It's a good one. Okay, 8:02. Weather-wise, where are we at the moment?
Well, it's warming up across the region, which is always welcomed. We are seeing sunshine for much of Atlantic Canada to start your day. We do have some pop-up shower activity across parts of Atlantic Canada as well today. Starting off for parts of Newfoundland in the morning, we'll clear out, leaving sunshine, and then into the afternoon for parts of the Maritime region.
And as always,
look at that. Oh,
looking stunning
gorgeous.
this morning. Look how still the water is there.
I know. It's like glass.
Perfect.
Gorgeous, picturesque early this morning. So as you can see over there, there is a bit of cloud cover starting off your day. We are expecting sunshine in your area today. We are going to hold on to sunshine throughout the day today as clouds continue to clear out into the afternoon. As of right now, for our current temperatures, we are seeing a warm up above seasonal daytime highs for parts of the region, but for the most part, we are going to see below seasonal. It is 11 degrees in Halifax, 13 into Yarmouth, 12 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, 11 right now in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and 5 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Speaking of Newfoundland, we do have a frosted advisory in effect for early Tuesday morning. Over to our satellite and radar, we are going to see clouds continue to clear out, lots of sunshine for all 3 maritime provinces today, but also seeing a chance of isolated showers into the afternoon for parts of Nova Scotia and across New Brunswick. Newfoundland will see showers clear out, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. And in terms of our wind forecast, going to remain quite light for all 3 maritime provinces. 24 kilometers per hour in Sydney, 19 in Canso, with 13 into Lunenburg and Yarmouth, 11 in Miramichi, as well as into St. John, New Brunswick, 15 in Edmundston. No wind gusts to report. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
If you were in downtown Halifax or Dartmouth over the weekend, you no doubt noticed a spectacle on the water. 13 countries were represented at SailGP, hosted in Canada for just the second time after a successful showing in Halifax in 2024. CTV's Callum Smith shows us what it's all about.
The crowd filters into the temporary grandstand, ready for a day of high-intensity racing, a sight to behold.
SailGP is Grand Prix racing on water. These are high-tech, super-fast foiling catamarans. They're foiling above the water. It's a short course race, stadium racing, right in front of the fans here on the shoreline.
Hosted in places like Rio de Janeiro, Bermuda, New York, and Halifax, the latter starting to make a name for itself after hosting in 2024.
This is a fan favourite destination on the calendar. Halifax ticks all those boxes, and you know the Canadian crowd out here. I can hear them now. Look, the Canadian crowd out here are really pumped for the team.
Indeed, the fans were eager to take in the action.
You have to see it in person. It's quite something to see the boats go so fast. It's fun.
We were here a couple of years ago. It was we didn't come down here. We were on the Dartmouth side. It was lots of fun. Really interesting to see and a great event for the city.
We live in the U.S., so it gave us a chance to come back here and visit family and check out a cool event.
I'm from Thunder Bay, Ontario, and the beautiful city of Halifax called my name when SailGP announced they were coming back. It was the Halifax Sail Grand Prix that really got me into it, and I'm so happy to be able to celebrate this beautiful sport in this beautiful city.
According to SailGP's own math, they're expecting a big economic impact for the area.
In the region of 60 million Canadian dollars this year.
On the water, the F-50 catamarans reach speeds of around 75 kilometers per hour, making some sharp turns and keeping fans on their feet, despite doing the hometown crowd proud on Sunday. North Star Canada fell short, finishing 7th. The race moved to a 4-boat winner-takes-all final for the first time, coming down to a neck-and-neck finish.
The winner comes to the Canada SailGP!
Taken home by Spain. SailGP will return to Halifax for a 3rd time next year. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Callum. A volunteer group in New Brunswick says it's shutting down after 65 years of serving the community.
I think we're down to 7 members, and it's just not growing. So at some point, you got to make a decision.
The Shediac Lions Club has announced that it will cease all activities at the end of June. The club first launched in the fall of 1961. The Shediac Lions will be donating the balance of their funds, roughly $85,000, to the town. Sunday was the 4th and final day of Moncton's Rib Fest. CTV's Derek Haggett brought his camera and also his appetite, perhaps maybe not napkins, to capture the sights and sounds on Father's Day.
Barbecue ribs, chicken, brisket, beans, coleslaw, and cornbread. Live music and a bar, too. What more could a dad want on Father's Day?
No, it doesn't get any better than this, coming out on a Sunday and hanging out with the family and getting some ribs. It's great.
No, this is what it's all about, making memories and having good food.
It's a nice experience to get out with them and get some good food and some barbecue and just a day out of the house.
This was the 12th straight year ribbers from across Canada and the U.S. made their way to Moncton. Another huge success despite some wet weather.
But you know what? We still had over 20,000 people, not counting today. So people love the ribs and they're coming out in droves.
All the money that we collect from our 50-50, the tips at the bar and at the door, go to our community fund. And our community fund supports the 16 programs and agencies that we support through Southeast New Brunswick.
1, 2, 3,
Long days for the pit crews, but you wouldn't know it from all the energy coming from behind the grill.
We find every local coffee joint, I'll tell you that, and a lot of Red Bulls. But in all seriousness, we're just so grateful to be here.
Not having to fire up the backyard barbecue made Sunday even sweeter for the dads.
It's nice somebody's running the barbecue for me today. It's nice.
Dad doesn't cook very often anyways.
So after doing all these interviews and watching other people eat ribs, I figured I'd get myself a treat because, well, it is Father's Day. Is everything in my face? No? I'm good? Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Give
me his problems.
I know.
That's
I know.
awesome,
He's
Derek.
covered in rib sauce. That was me yesterday. I was eating we got some Father's Day cupcakes. And they were very high with the icing. And I was eating it, and I had icing in my face. And I was like, you got a little something in your face. Like, just let me finish the cupcake. Okay. I'll wipe my face off once. Like, yes. Like I don't need to be wiping off every time.
Let me live.
Exactly.
We are in the comfort of our home.
Yeah, no one's here.
Fine. We do joke that our Derek Haggett loves a good food fest.
He sure does.
Yeah.
Why not? There's so many great food fests in New Brunswick. So
yeah, we're hearing rumors he may have enjoyed a few more ribs after that.
Good. Okay.
Napkins.
Another free trip, everybody. This time we're going to Sweden.
Okay.
We're going to hit their first public sauna, all in the spirit of making the tradition more accessible to everybody. So this facility, look how cute it is. It's part of a broader strategy of improving access to the city's waterfront. This sauna can welcome 16 people at a time and includes outdoor showers and a designated swimming area. This is the Stockholm area. Oh yeah, there's like the chilly little plunge because of course you've been in a sauna. Oh, yeah. There you go. You can go in the nice cold water. They're hoping that facilities like this make sauna culture more available to everybody because there are health benefits related to saunaing. Ooh. Fun fact, one of the universities in the area, mandatory 5 hours of saunaing as part of their training regime.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't want to give away who because I don't want to tell you their secrets, but neat, eh? Like, they make you sauna.
Wow.
Hello.
Right?
Okay.
I know.
Sure.
Sign me up.
What about workplaces?
Right. Yes, we have one installed right behind us here in the studio.
Oh, thank goodness. I am due.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, it's FIFA, too. Have you heard? FIFA's going on.
Yes, it is.
All right, CTV, TSN, and Crave are your home for coverage of every game during this wonderful tournament. It's going to impact our shows on certain days, though. So CTV News at 5, CTV News at 6. Those newscasts will have to move to this channel, CTV 2. When that happens, you can find out by scanning that QR code or going to ctvnewsatlantic.ca for all the details.
Thanks for that reminder, Crystal. Okay, still ahead this half hour. Speaking of soccer or football, Dr. Joyce Johnson joins us talking about nutrition nutrition requirements for the young athletes in your household. But first, it is a look at the forecast on the first full day of summer. Taking a live look at Uptown St. John, around the bottom of King Street there. The forecast right after this.
Good morning. A bit cloudy to start your day in Lockport. The time now is 8:13. 13 degrees in your area as of right now, and we are expecting a low chance of showers to move in this afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. As you can see here, temperatures are rising. 15 degrees to start your day in Fredericton, 12 degrees in Halifax and Charlottetown, as well as into Labrador City with 14 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 9 degrees in Corner Brook. A frost advisory currently issued for parts of Newfoundland, as we are expecting some patchy frost to develop into the overnight hours of tonight. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. We are seeing sunshine to start your day for parts of the Maritime region, as well as across much of Labrador. We are seeing a bit of a cloudy and foggy start to the day for Newfoundland. A few showers early in the morning will clear, though, leaving some sunshine into the province. For the Maritime region, a low chance of showers will return across New Brunswick. For the northern region of the province, looking at a risk of thunderstorms. And parts of Nova Scotia also seeing a low chance of isolated showers into the afternoon. Into this evening, a chance of showers will continue. We do have another system right in behind this one, bringing periods of rain across all 3 maritime provinces for a forecast on Tuesday. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, going to remain quite light from the first system, though, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of New Brunswick, into Yarmouth as well. Newfoundland and Labrador not seeing any accumulation from this system. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 18 to 24 degrees, being the warmest in the Miramichi. A mix of sun and cloud for much of the province today. Isolated showers into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms for the northern region. For Prince Edward Island, mainly sunny skies throughout your day today with highs between 16 degrees in Surrey up to 21 in Summerside and Charlottetown. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 16 to 23 degrees in Truro. We do have sunshine throughout your day today, and then a chance of showers for eastern Nova Scotia into the afternoon. For the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same, a mix of sun and cloud, isolated showers late this afternoon. Daytime highs between 18 degrees up to 23 in Middleton. For Labrador City, it's going to be quite a beautiful sunny day ahead. 24 degrees is your daytime high. Evening showers expected with 8 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Showers start off your day, will clear though, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Rain for all 3 maritime provinces on Tuesday. We are going to see shower activity for much of Labrador, a bit of shower activity for parts of Newfoundland. This system will continue to travel over to Newfoundland and Labrador, bringing steadier wet weather their way. Into Wednesday, we start off the day with shower activity. We'll taper off for parts of Nova Scotia, leaving sunshine and parts of Prince Edward Island as well. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Breaking news from across the pond this morning. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer is stepping down as leader of the governing Labour Party and will remain caretaker Prime Minister until a successor is chosen. His departure follows mounting pressure over the government's declining popularity since Labour's landslide election victory in 2024. The move was triggered by the recent success of Labour MP Andy Burnham, who was preparing a leadership challenge. The party is expected to choose a new leader in the coming weeks. Back here in Atlantic Canada, it was too good to be true for healthcare workers in Newfoundland and Labrador who thought they were getting an extra paid day off. Turns out it was a cybersecurity test from their employer. CTV's Garrett Berry has more on the fake offer and the fallout.
Works continue through a difficult period of change.
What is most upsetting to union leaders about this phony email is not the fake promise of a paid day off, but the pretend acknowledgement of the hard efforts of healthcare workers.
One young woman responded, said, "I'm a single mom. I thought my employer finally got what I was going through."
It was a cheap shot at our members, at employees. That's what it was.
The so-called June holiday wasn't a real offer. It was a phishing test sent to thousands of healthcare workers across the province by someone with Newfoundland and Labrador Health Services. The Health Board says they are investigating whether their own employee or contractor, Ernst & Young, wrote and sent the email.
So really this missed a mark. It's not reflective of Newfoundland and Labrador Health Services. It's not reflective of how we value our employees.
The frustration
inside this hospital is pretty high right now because the province's health authority has just rolled out a brand new back-end health information system, CoreCare. Union leaders in this province say the transition to that new software has been extremely difficult.
All of that stress, all of that mandatory overtime, and to then try to hook staff with the promise of a day off, it was actually insulting.
Cybersecurity exercises are in the spotlight in this province ever since a cyber attack in 2021 took out healthcare systems for weeks. This email was trying to train employees not to click on suspicious links, but the tone and the message could just be the last straw for many healthcare workers, said NAPE President Jerry Earle. He says he's already heard from one specialist planning to now retire after receiving this message. Garrett Berry, CTV News, St. John's.
Finally, moviegoers were in the mood to play this weekend. The newest Toy Story movie scored big at the weekend box office.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
More than 30 years after the first title in the franchise, Toy Story 5 brought in $160 million US across North America. That's the biggest opening weekend for any movie so far this year. Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day slid to second with $17 million in ticket sales, while Obsession refused to let go of its spot on the podium, finishing third with $14.2 million. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll be talking about nutrition for the young athlete in your life. That's on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Welcome back, 8:23. Now, FIFA fever has taken over Canada with more kids than ever wanting to play soccer and stay active. And whether your kids are playing competitive soccer or attending camps or just kicking the ball around the yard, it's important to make sure they have the fuel they need. So with more on how you can help do this, naturopathic Dr. Joyce Johnson joins us now. And World Cup fever has taken over your home, I can see.
Yes, absolutely. We are absolutely a really big soccer household.
Well,
over
that's
here.
fantastic. Well, then I've come to the right department here to find out how we can help parents fuel their kids. So let's talk about a game day fuel plan for the family here.
Yes, absolutely. And I think this is something that parents need to pay a little bit more attention to, because often we're sending our kids off to school and maybe we're not sending them with enough food, especially if they have a practice after school, they have a game that night. Like, we have to really get a little bit more prepared. So we're talking a couple hours before a game or practice. You want to make sure they're having something that is going to be nutritious, but your body's going to be able to digest pretty easily. So it can be something like a whole grain toast with peanut butter and a banana. We can do some oatmeal with some nuts and berries, yogurt with some berries. We can have trail mix. That's a really great, easy sort of on the go. I think my bag has always been full of like little packages of trail mix, and even cheese strings. These are really great on the go things that you can have handy that can help to prepare them and make sure that they have that little extra bit of energy that they're going to need for, you know, whatever's coming that evening. And I think that's the way a lot of parents are, especially when the kids are in school. There's one thing after the other, and you just need to make sure that you've given them enough food.
Perfect. You got a gorgeous display of food in front of you. I understand you want to break down some of the nutrients for us.
Yeah, so really important that you're getting all of the right macronutrients. So the macros, that's your carbohydrates, your proteins, and fats. Carbohydrates are what make you go. So you need to make sure that you're getting proper carbohydrates. Without enough, athletes are going to be tired. They might struggle to maintain performance. So really important that they're getting, you know, good quality carbs. You're getting whole grain breads. You're doing brown rice, whole grain pasta, and then proteins. Again, good quality proteins: chicken, turkey, omega-3 you're going to get out of fish, and then you're also going to make sure that you have healthy fats. So, you know, using olive oil, avocados, even nuts and seeds are really great sources of healthy fats. These are all going to play a big role. And if you're someone that's not getting enough omega-3, there's a different options for kids. You can get it in liquid form. You can get it in gummies. They even make some, I have an example, you make some soft gels that are smaller. or mini size, so they're a little bit easier. Maybe you have an older child or a teen that's able to maybe swallow something. So there's a lot of great options to get the proper amount of macros. And then the next is the micros. And the difference is these are some of our minerals, for example, that you need in smaller amounts, things like calcium. Right, kids are growing. You want to make sure they're getting enough calcium, not just coming from milk products. You can get it from cheese. You can also get it from green leafy vegetables, broccoli. Great sources of calcium. They help prevent things like stress fractures. Make sure they're getting enough vitamin D in their diet. Make sure you're getting some magnesium, even. Great sources of magnesium, again, you can get from things like your greens. Magnesium, especially when you're exercising and using those muscles a lot, you're using up a lot of magnesium. So ensuring that you're getting that in your diet too. And iron too. You know, you have kids that are growing, maybe they're adolescents, making sure that they're having enough iron. And again, you can get those from a lot of the similar foods.
I love this. I mean, very important information here. Let's talk a little bit about hydration, though, especially in summertime. What do kids need to hydrate? Do they need sports drinks? They're often marketed as something to really replenish after a workout.
I know. These companies are going to hate me. No. The best thing that you can drink to hydrate is water. Kids need to be drinking water. I mean, the sports drinks, unless you're doing something that is high intensity, long duration, in excessive heat, then maybe you start to think about replenishing some of the electrolytes that you might be losing in your sweat because of the oversweating, maybe because of the temperature. For the most part, it is water. Water should be the main thing. You can also get hydration through some foods. So watermelon, really great way to get some hydration in. Oranges, oh gosh, back in the day, this is what we had at halftime all the time.
Yes.
We had some oranges. There was always one parent that had to bring the oranges, and even cucumbers. So those are also really great ways that you can get hydration in without getting into some of the sports drinks that do often have additives and preservatives, artificial flavors or sweeteners, and actually lots of sugar, some of them.
Well, Joyce, that's the time we have. Lots packed in here. Great information. And an A+ to you for this wonderful soccer setup today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's absolutely been my pleasure.
Our pleasure indeed. All right, it's 8:28. We do have to take a short break, but we'll be back with more of our show right after this.
Still ahead this morning, Canadian Wines and Spirits wine educator Natalie McLean will join us with her picks for Raising a Glass on Canada Day. That's in the last 30 minutes of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 8:31. Another sure sign of summer, Canada Day.
Oh, gosh, which is very soon, actually.
I know. Next week.
You said it and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, that's like, and usually the weather is stellar on Canada.
I know.
That's true. That's true. Yep. Yippee, yippee, yippee,
hot.
fireworks and everything else. Oh, yippee, yippee, yippee. I do love a good Canada Day celebration. Anytime you have an excuse to get the barbecue out, I'm quite interested in
Oh, sign me up. Every time there's sunshine, I'm like, babe, fire up the grill.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, speaking of summertime, first official full day of summer today.
Yes.
We are seeing sunshine across much of the region, thankfully, but we are going to see a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of the region. Here's a live look at Corner Brook. 9 degrees starting off your day. Looks quite beautiful and sunny over there. We are going to see sunshine across Newfoundland as a chance of showers begins to clear out this morning, and we are going to see that sunshine sticking around for Atlantic Canada today, as well as temperatures are starting to warm up. Going to remain below seasonal for our daytime highs, but it is 12 degrees starting off your day in Halifax, 14 in New Yarmouth, 15 degrees right now in Fredericton, 12 in Charlottetown, as well as into Labrador City. And we're looking at 6 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. A frost advisory is issued for parts of Newfoundland for early Tuesday morning. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We are going to see a low chance of showers return for New Brunswick this afternoon and parts of Nova Scotia. Newfoundland will see showers clear out this morning, leaving sunshine in your area into the afternoon. In terms of the wind forecast for the Maritime region, it's going to remain quite light. 22 kilometers per hour right now in Sydney, 20 in Canso, 15 kilometers per hour in Edmundston, as well as at Lunenburg, and 13 in Grand Manan. No wind gusts to report. We'll take one last look at your forecast just ahead. First, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 8:33. A group of volunteers in one New Brunswick community are calling it a day after decades of service. CTV's Derek Haggett has the story.
For 65 years, a group of dedicated volunteers have been serving the community of Shediac, but that's all coming to an end. The Shediac Lions Club has announced it will be ceasing all activities.
I think we're down to 7 members, and it's just not growing. So at some point, you got to make a decision.
Since 1961, the Lions have held countless fundraising events and have supported local schools, charities, and organizations.
There's been a lot of stuff and things that have been done by the Shediac Lions Club for the Shediac area. So it's the passing of an era.
The mayor says it's a great loss, but perhaps no one will feel it more than the local food bank.
Always knew that they were game to come and do our fundraisers for us, and they also did other things on the side, like for just the greater community, so it definitely is a loss for us.
But Cormier will remain a Lion. He and a few others will join a Moncton club.
They're noted for great workers, great people, and we're especially happy to have Mark on board.
We're going to go ahead and use them, and also we're going to go ahead and provide service to their area as part of our club as well.
The Shediac Lions will be donating the balance of their funds, roughly $85,000, to the town.
Helping in the community is important. My parents have always been very much involved, so I grew up thinking that that was kind of normal.
The club will officially cease to exist at the end of the month. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Thank you, Derek. Statistics Canada is set to release its May inflation report later this morning. Economists expect the annual inflation rate to rise to 3%, up from April, largely due to higher gasoline prices. TD Bank economist Andrew Hensick says the key question is whether rising fuel costs are also driving up prices across the broader economy. The Bank of Canada has said there's still limited evidence that higher energy prices are causing widespread inflation in other goods and services. Some Nova Scotians are considering switching to an electric vehicle thanks to high gas prices.
Gas prices fluctuate. I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. They're a little bit more expensive, but when you don't have to factor in oil changes, all that kind of maintenance and gas, you're coming out way ahead. We save so much money with our plug-in hybrid that it's worth it.
Chad Stimson is considering moving from a plug-in hybrid to fully electric. EVs from 10 different manufacturers were available to drive at the Halifax Electric Avenue event, which ran Saturday and Sunday. The EV Showcase event gave drivers an opportunity to learn more about EVs without the pressure of a dealership. As for charging infrastructure, experts say that's greatly improved over time and that 90% of charging usually happens at home overnight. Staying in Halifax, thousands of fans lined the waterfront as SailGP returned to the city.
It's quite something to see the boats go so fast. It's fun.
The harbor was turned into an aquatic race course as high-tech catamarans whipped across the water. In the end, Spain finished first. Canada's North Star team finished 7th. Out of 13, the event will return to the city next year. Plenty of runners and volunteers resting this morning following the 2nd annual Red Isle Relay in PEI. Starting at the North Cape Lighthouse in the west and ending at the East Point Lighthouse in the east, the tip-to-tip race saw runners from 31 teams run 17 legs over a 2-day period. For a second year in a row, the Stride of the Panther team placed first. By the way, the event also raised over $3,000 for the IWK Foundation. Cooler temperatures in PEI for this event, but well done. This is Jordan, who was my team's captain. We were the Cabot Trailer Party.
Oh, that's really fun. That's really fun. Love the red sand.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And PEI is such a gorgeous place to be, so it was a great time to, any excuse to go to the island.
Yeah, I guess it's not really sand, it's the dirt. It's the dirt, but you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay, well, that happened over the weekend. What else is going on?
Well, we'll take a look at the community calendar. All right, so first up is the popular Grand Falls Potato Festival. It's coming back for its 60th year. From June 25th until the 28th, the popular event is packed with exciting activities and entertainment. There will be live music, local artists, great food, family fun, contests, and more. To get the full details, head over to their website. And the Isle Tunes presents season finale live in Charlottetown on Tuesday, June 23rd. Head over to the Trailside Music Hall for 7 p.m. to hear musical performances that will blow you away. For tickets, head over to their website. And it's an exciting week for the 10th anniversary celebration of Pride. It returns to Truro. So Pride Week will run from June 22nd until the 27th in downtown Truro. There will be a parade being held on the last day. For a full breakdown of events, head over to their website. And if you have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
Oh, happy Pride, Truro. Yes, 10 years.
10 years.
Awesome. Whole decade, wow. All right, stick with us. We're going to take another break here on Your Morning Atlantic, but we have much more to come, including the latest forecast with Latavia. First full day of summer. Hard to believe.
I know.
Wild.
All right, let's take a break.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, coming up after the break, we're going to speak with Natalie McLean about celebrating Canada, this Canada Day, with a nice Canadian wine. We'll take a little tour around the country. That's next.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:43. A beautiful start to the day over in Brookvale. Currently 12 degrees starting off your day. As you can see here, clear skies, green grass, a beautiful day to head out and explore your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Temperatures already beginning to rise across the region. 12 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 14 in Yarmouth, 15 degrees early this morning in Fredericton, 12 degrees in Charlottetown, as well as into Labrador City with 9 degrees in Corner Brook. We do have a frost advisory in effect for parts of Newfoundland. This is for early Tuesday morning, as we do expect patchy frost to develop. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of a cloudier start to the day for New Brunswick, Newfoundland as well. Seeing a bit of shower activity to start your day. That will clear out. Clouds will clear as well, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. Into the afternoon for the Maritime region, we do have a chance of isolated showers for New Brunswick, a risk of thunderstorms into the northern area of the province, and then for parts of Nova Scotia, looking at some isolated showers expected into the afternoon as well. Into this evening, a chance of showers will continue, and we will be seeing another low pressure system in behind this one, bringing rain into our forecast for Tuesday. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, going to remain quite light, only seeing 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of New Brunswick. Into Yarmouth, Newfoundland, Labrador, not really seeing much accumulation from this system. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 18 degrees in Grand Manan up to 24 in Miramichi. We do have a mix of sun and clouds today. As clouds begin to clear out, a low chance of isolated showers expected across the province into the afternoon, with a risk of thunderstorms for the northern region. Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine today with highs between 16 degrees in Surrey up to 21 in Summerside and Charlottetown. Light wind also is expected. For Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia, lots of sunshine throughout your day today. Some isolated showers this afternoon for parts of eastern Nova Scotia, with daytime highs between 16 to 23 degrees being the warmest into Truro. For the rest of Nova Scotia, we are looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers this afternoon with daytime highs between 17 to 23 degrees. Lots of sunshine for Labrador City today with a warm up, 24 degrees for your daytime high. Showers are expected into the evening, though. 8 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Isolated showers start off your day, will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. So we do have rain for all 3 maritime provinces into our forecast for Tuesday. Showers across much of Labrador and a bit of shower activity for parts of Newfoundland, although holding on to some sunshine. Into Wednesday's forecast, still holding on to shower activity to start your day. Will start to clear out, though, into the late afternoon and evening for parts of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, but still holding on to wet weather for much of Atlantic Canada. Crystal.
All right, thank you, Latavia. 8:45. Now, Canada Day is almost here, and what better way to celebrate than with a glass of something truly Canadian? Maritimer Natalie MacLean is here to share some of her favorites. She's also the editor of Canada's largest wine review site. Good to have you back, Natalie. Good morning.
Great to see you, Crystal, and cheers to Canada. We have so much to celebrate.
It's true, so let's go on a little wine tour with our first stop being Nova Scotia.
Of course. Okay, so I have the Nova 7, which has been named Nova Scotia's favorite wine. There's a good reason. You know, the Atlantic coastline, and especially along Nova Scotia, it's crisp and it's clean, just like its wines. So it keeps the chill on this wine so it never loses its freshness. So in the glass, you'll find, you know, aromatic notes of lychee and mandarin and a lot of really fresh stone fruit. It's got light spritz, so it's really great for like Thai dishes. Of course, seafood would be the quintessential pairing. But Nova 7, the first year they launched it was 2007, and it sold out within hours. You know, that's not a launch, Crystal. That's what my Cape Breton relatives would call a Kaylee, of course, a kitchen party. But ever since, it's sold out quickly, although it's always available now year-round. So it's a wonderful wine to celebrate Canada Day.
Beautiful wine, great for gifting, yeah, and I love the new labeling. Okay, we got to zip along here. Let's head to Niagara.
Okay. So we're going to Niagara, Ontario with Basque. This is Canada's favorite 0 grams of sugar in every glass wine, but zero sugar doesn't mean zero taste. It really is fresh and delicious. It's a VQA wine, meaning all of the grapes are grown in Ontario. And now that Nova Scotia and Ontario have an agreement, we can ship directly to each other, which is a great thing. But this is really fresh. It's for that moment when you say on the phone, oh yeah, we're just having a few people over, and then you find yourself moving chairs out to the deck from 3 rooms. So it's a wonderful, wonderful, entertaining wine.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. Okay, let's head to the Gentle Island.
Yes, let's go with Rossignol. And this is a lovely, they call it a pie in a glass. I couldn't agree more. It's rhubarb and strawberry, which winemaker John Rossignol presses together for a full year before aging and bottling. So this has got some sweetness on it, thus pie in the glass, but this would be wonderful after dinner, I think, with a strawberry rhubarb pie. I mean, maybe I've got to have more imagination than that, but it's just so beautiful. It's got those summery scents of fresh berries right in the glass and bottle.
Oh yeah, I could just see myself having a meal. We'll pull out the Lucy Maud Montgomery books. We'll toast with that, and it just sounds like the perfect experience.
Even better.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, absolutely. Finally we're gonna head out west.
Yeah, so I've got the Volcanic Hills Magma Red, and this is made by 3 generations now of the same family who really worked the land and have honed their expertise to bring out both a taste of that special land, those volcanic soils, and it really shows their perseverance. It's the vines are planted on an extinct volcano, Mount Boucherie, and so what happens is with volcanic soils, they really drain quickly. They drain off all the water. They make the vines suffer and work harder for nutrients and water. So just like people, a little suffering's a good thing. It hones your character. But what happens is it really concentrates the fruit, the grapes. And so the resulting wine is rich and full-bodied. It's got dark fruit, some smoky, leathery cigar notes. This would be fantastic with a grilled ribeye steak.
Sounds amazing. I love a red. Okay, these are great suggestions, Natalie. Where can we find more information about these wines and you?
All right, so on Instagram, I'm at Natalie MacLean Wine, and online, nataliemaclean.com. So I invite everybody, bring your own chairs and bottles, and we'll have a Kaylee.
All right, wonderful. We have time for one bonus question. This is from the control room. What do you see? What's the hot trend at the moment in wine that you're seeing?
Well, the real rise in wine popularity is in fresh whites and rosés. You serve them both chilled, but I think people are looking for more and more refreshment these days, and lighter reds, I would say. So I think it all comes together in the glass, and especially for summer, that's when we want. But I must say, a wine like Volcanic Hills is essential for a barbecue.
Yeah.
Overall, clean, fresh whites and rosés are the way to go when the temperature rises, I think.
All right, great. Well, this has been fun. Thanks again, Natalie.
All right, cheers, Crystal.
We'll put the information about Natalie's website on ours. It's 8:50 now. We'll take a little break, and we'll be back to wrap up the show right after this. Hope you can join us.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. This is where we share the answers to the Move Morning Chats. We're talking about summer jobs and a really memorable one you had or your first summer job. I know for me, mine was actually the same as Erin's, which was working over at Move 100, back then C100, as a summer cruiser promotions.
Look at that, and you never left.
And I never left, never left the wider family, and it was a really, really fun. I had that in college, but it was the most fun I had for
I did that too in college. It was really fun. Yeah, I did PR and promotion stuff for Flow 93.5.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. You get to go to so many cool events. And all those summer cruisers, they're out and about right now. Yeah, you can enter in great draws. It's fun. So this is what you had to say. As for your summer jobs, some neat ones and also some advice from Nicole, who says this. Best job I had as a young person was working at a movie theater.
Oh, yes.
That's fun.
Young folks out there, if you are looking for work, run, don't walk to your local movie theater. It will be the best job ever. Have you two ever worked at a movie theater?
No, but my sister-in-law Megan did. She said it was awesome.
She loved it.
Yeah,
I wanted to, but I never ended up doing it.
That's a good one. Any of the jobs, the ticket taker, the popcorn maker.
Oh, yeah.
The candlestick maker, the baker, the butcher, all of it.
Get to enjoy some films as well.
Oh, yeah.
LJ says, my first summer job was working at a monument company.
Interesting.
I cut out obituaries, put them in a plastic sleeve, and mailed them with a business card to the families.
Aww.
Got to use my typing skills. Unfortunately, I did not make any sales.
Well, that's a tough job to put on a kid.
That would be a tough job for sure. A unique one, absolutely. So,
yeah. Well, summer jobs are definitely influential. I'm trying to think of any other ones I've had. So mostly they were those, like the agricultural one, and I had that job at the, if you missed earlier, working at that greenhouse where I watered the monkeys.
So neat.
Yeah. It was really
like
neat.
That.
We sold everything there. Like, it was 50 acres under glass, so there were a lot of different. My favorite when I did the job, like I did that job my entire high school and university, was seasonally. Sometimes I'd get to do the seasonal department. So like working the Christmas trees was the best one.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's cool.
I love that. The Nova Scotia trees were very popular, I have to say.
Of course they were.
All right, we have time for our last laugh. This is a cute cow. Most cattle love to be out in pasture this time of year, but Daisy prefers the porch. Daisy, of course, stays close to home. There she is. It's her hooves. The owner paints her hooves purple. She's Daisy, the purple porch cow. Now, this is in North Dakota, but she's become such an internet sensation that she's even going to be the star of a children's book called Daisy the Porch Cow.
Daisy the Porch Cow.
Like, you're too big to be on my porch.
It's a big cow.
But she's cute.
She's pretty.
She is cute. It's just interesting. She loves
tickle.
No problem. Sometimes that happens. End of the show.
Yeah.
Listen, we've got some nice summer drinks.
I better go grab a nice summer drink for sure.
Perfect excuse, yeah.
Yeah. Courtesy
oh my gosh, I need a nice summer drink stat.
Well, listen, while you clear your throat, I'm going to tell you what's coming up Tuesday. New Brunswick summer must-dos. Plus, we have Pet Talk. And East Coast Mommy's going to join us for end-of-school year celebrations. We hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday morning. Have a great day.
Bye.